Wait a second. Welcome back to the Experiential Anatomy Pelvic Floor Month. This is our final video, and we are lucky to have Dr.Charisse Balance and Dr. Theresa Pulickal. Right? Pulickal, I'm so sorry. Joining us to talk about the pelvic floor. So today, what I wanted to start with, Charisse, is restorative yoga and the pelvic floor. In an earlier episode, you hinted at that connection. Tell us more.
Yes. So much to say. I work with primarily chronic pain patients. They are so upregulated. Their nervous systems are just so upregulated. And if now thinking back, looking at their diagnoses, a lot of them have groin pain, hip pain, lower back pain, and you think about all those muscles guarding and tightening over time, being upregulated. Restorative yoga really, just gives them a chance to.
Okay, so can you define that term for us briefly? What do you mean? I think I have an intuition of what you're saying, but what is it a clinical term, this idea of upregulated or downregulated? What does that mean?
So I'm talking about the nervous system. So their nervous system is upregulated. So their sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the fight and flight response, to save your life, it's always up here.
Right.
So, when it's not a life or death situation, it's like, I can't pay my bills, or I can't do this exercise or this functional activity like I did before, like their body reacts this way. And over time, all their muscles are so tight, it physically translates to a lot of myofascial pain and muscle dysfunction because of the poor length tension relationship, because they're all so tight. And so, when I first put somebody in a restorative pose, it was, first you could feel the energy in the room drop. And this is one of my patients. And, she started crying.
No.
Because she never felt that level of support before.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was a type of person that always did for other people and never thought of herself and never was in her body. And it was just magic. And so we've incorporated restorative weekly, or a class weekly in our practice with our chronic pain patients.
Tell us the name. Where is your practice in San Francisco? If we're in the city, where can we find you?
Yeah, it's called Integrated Pain Care. It's a functional restoration program. It's actually in the East Bay in San Pablo, California. So integratedpaincare.com, you click functional restoration, and that's the link to our program. It's holistic.
Okay, so Charisse, I'd love to hear more details about exactly maybe an anecdote or some more specifics about how you use restorative yoga, especially in relationship to the pelvic floor. But before we go there, Theresa, can you share with us from your perspective? I know you're newer to restorative yoga, but what do you use in your practice as just simple techniques for your patients? This idea about down-regulating themselves. What do you like to encourage people to do?
First, I want to say how brilliant Charisse is, because she is just such an amazing therapist. I learn so much from her all the time. And she will come to my house and put me in restorative poses. It's amazing. So what I would like to add to that is that there's studies out showing the upregulation between the jaw and the upper trap and the tightness of the pelvic floor. If we could extrapolate that and think about relaxing those areas and relaxing the pelvic floor, that's an amazing gift to give someone and put them into that restorative pose, letting them feel that.
Okay, so let me ask you, if you're literally saying you consciously try to relax your jaw and you think about your pelvic floor at the same time, or is it a kind of the pelvic floor relaxation is a side effect of consciously relaxing the jaw?
You know what? I think that could be done on that level. However, the relaxation of getting out of your head, getting out of your conscious will really relax you. There's another study out in where there was older adults in nursing homes. They were trying to get these older adults to do pelvic floor contractions to help incontinence. They were unable to really help them contract only the pelvic floor, but they worked the muscles around it, the leg muscles, the abdomen. Again, if we could extrapolate that and imagine that we could relax those, that could do wonders for the pelvic floor. You know, just being in Supta Baddha Konasana supportive, letting the adductors relax out to the sides, letting the abdomen rest. Like your mom saying, vata derange, get out of that vata derangement and just kappa.
Kappa yourself, baby. Kappa.
That's a great hashtag.
Yeah.
My mom calls me sometimes her happy kappa baby because I was just born like, but I think it's not just that. I think it is my sort of person. I'm very even. I'm very kappa, but like, even though I denied it for years because I always thought like they were calling me fat, you know, like I don't want to be kappa. but I think it's also that when I'm the third last baby, and I think that by the time my mom got to me, like she was just so relaxed, you know, with parenting and stuff. She was just like, okay, here's your bed, dinner's at 6. Like, we'll see you. Welcome home from the hospital.
My second baby, the one that's always making her happy baby noises in the background throughout these videos, I was in yoga teacher training at the time, and I swear it was all the ohms that made her so happy. She's just such a chill baby. She's just laughing.
She's the happiest.
Om is powerful, people. Okay. Okay, so Charisse, I want to jump in with you about specifics because I teach restorative yoga. I love restorative yoga. I practice it every day. I have never thought about my pelvic floor and restorative yoga. So help me make that connection.
Yeah. Thank you, Theresa, for bringing that up about Supta Baddha Konasana and relaxing your adductors. I think that's all clinically, that's great evidence and support to say that, you know, if you're able to relax the surrounding muscles in your pelvic floor, so all your hip muscles, your adductors, everything, and in restorative, everything is supported, right? There's no stretch, right? So there's no, and stretch is sympathetic information to your nervous system. So increasing the parasympathetic.
I love that. Yeah. Wait, I'm just going to call that out. I love that sentence. Stretch is sympathetic information to the nervous system. That's so true.
It is. It is. And that's why you can't relax. And that's why we need so many bolsters and blankets to feel fully supported. But, you know, okay, yesterday I had a patient. She came in and she started her cycle and she was in so much pain. And I put her in supported, God, I'm blanking. Supported Navasana.
Yeah. So good.
And so, you know, quieting all the stuff in the pelvis because it's lower and everything was supported. Her legs were supported, her hips were supported, and she felt better, actually. And so doing things like that to minimize the tension, if we're talking anatomically, minimizing the tension in the muscles around your pelvis.
Okay.
That should help to relax.
What is the connection? I mean, maybe this is a really simple question, but I guess it just popped up for me. What is the connection between the pelvic floor and the muscles around the pelvis? I always, I guess, thought of them as somewhat separate.
It's all connected, Lizzie. It's all so connected. So if you think about your pelvis.
Please, show us the model.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so these are your sit bones, right? This is your pubic bone. What attaches to your sit bones? Your hamstrings.
Yes.
Right? What attaches to your pubic bones? Your adductors, right? So all these other muscles in your thighs and legs all attach to your pelvis. So if we're able to relax those muscles and allow those muscles to finally release and say, you know, then that can have some effect on the pelvic floor. Absolutely.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, ladies, we're going to close here. Do you have any homework assignments that you want to send us home with, or little exercises or mantra ideas? What can we do to befriend or become more friendly with our pelvic floors?
I think doing getting into a restorative pose and just doing a simple body scan and really breathing into tension spots. Inhale and exhale out of a spot where you feel tension. Imagine it has nostrils and you could exhale out of that muscle. I think that's so powerful to relax that area. I mean, every day I'm just telling patients, relax into a body part that's holds tension for you. And it's just amazing what the mind can do and how oxygen, our life force, can really just bring in that relaxation. So that's the homework.
Okay.
Put yourself into restorative pose and relax into your tension areas.
Love it. Charisse, what do you have for us as homework?
You know, all this time I forgot to mention that all these muscles are your pelvic floor, like all these layers of muscles, it's skeletal muscle, just like your biceps, just like your quads, just like your pecs. And I think that we forget that because it's where your private parts are and you're not supposed to talk about it, you know, but talk about it. I want everybody to become comfortable with talking about it. Make it be the norm. You know, you want to talk about pooping, you want to talk about peeing. You know, my teacher said your pelvic floor is responsible for 3 very important life functions: pooping, peeing, and procreating.
Yeah.
So it's all very important. So remember, this is skeletal muscle, just like everything else. Treat it like that and become very familiar with it, and kind of normalize your talk around it. And it's okay to talk about it. It's actually healthy to talk about it. So that's what I want to leave you guys with.
I love that. I love encouraging us to open ourselves in that direction, because they do feel like sort of naughty. It's the naughty skeletal muscles.
Poor elevator Annie.
Oh, poor LA.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you for helping us fight the yoga patriarchy and move in the direction of deep female wisdom. It's wonderful to have 2 women doctors on with us, sharing with our experiential anatomy community. Please stay in touch. We will stay in touch with you. Where can we find you online, Theresa?
I am on Facebook at Holistic Approach Therapy and Instagram at Holistic Approach Therapy. And I have a website, www.holisticptsandiego.com.
Okay, great. And Charisse, where can we find you?
I'm on Instagram under Balanced Physioga and www.balancedphysioga.com.
Perfect. I'm Lizzie Lasater on Instagram and .com. And of course, these videos all live at experientialanatomy.yoga. That's the team website. That's the community. Sending you both a big namaste, deep gratitude. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your enthusiasm with all of us.
Thank you. It's been so great.
Thank you guys.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.